Well, hey there. Good morning. I'm Jonathan Copel, and you're watching Logic and Common Sense from I would call this a basement, but in Louisiana, we don't have basements. So we're just going to say this is my caveman or man cave studio. Have you ever thought that the husband of Nancy Pelosi may have called the police on his friend? Or would you think that possibly the left might be a little concerned about what Elon Musk is finding as he snoops around Twitter as the new owner? Well, there's one thing that is certain. The Dems are scared. They are very scared. Once again, I'm Jonathan Copel, and you're watching Logic and Common Sense.
How do you get canceled? Two genders have a sense of morality. Is this real life? I'm Jonathan Copel, and you're listening to Logic and Common Sense.
For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Jonathan, Louisiana's favorite fire teacher, and we're here live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube multiple times a week, giving hot takes on breaking news, talking with special guests about real-life issues affecting present-day society, and diving into relevant topics that aren't always easily understood. And today's no different than any other day. We have some interesting things to talk about. In fact, many of you are well aware of Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul. Paul Pelosi made a very strange phone call early, like around 2 o'clock in the morning to the police to talk about his friend who was in his house. And the police came to do a wellness check. Well, I want to share with you the police conference because this is such a strange situation. There's so much more to it than anyone could ever possibly imagine. So here we go. Where are we at? Oh no, I lost it. I have to find that again for you guys. So there's a whole police. Let's see how I can do this. Conference that they did with the police department for Paul, and they actually go through the facts of what happened. I think that's relevant because so many news articles are putting out things that aren't facts. And what we want to know are the facts and the facts alone. We're getting there. Here we go.
Nootropics. Back when I was in...
All right. Nobody wants to watch the ads. Okay. Here we go. San Francisco Police News Conference. Let's take a look at this and see what are the facts about Paul Pelosi and his friend.
Good morning. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chief Bill Scott with the San Francisco Police Department. At approximately 2:27 this morning, San Francisco police officers were dispatched to the residence of Speaker Nancy Pelosi regarding an A priority well-being check. When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered an adult male and Mr. Pelosi's husband, Paul. Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it. Our officers immediately tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took him into custody, requested emergency backup, and rendered medical aid. The suspect has been identified as 42-year-old David DePepe. Mr. Pelosi and Mr. DePepe were transported to a local hospital for treatment. This is an active investigation currently being led by the San Francisco Police Department's.
Okay, so this is an active investigation. All right, we understand that it's under investigation, but I thought it was funny and strange that both of them were transported to the hospital for treatment because at first it sounded like obviously they both were holding a hammer. When the police arrived, Paul is holding a hammer, but so is DePepe, and DePepe actually takes the hammer from Paul and starts beating Paul with it right when the police show up. Amazing, wonderful timing. And then the police come and tackle DePepe, whatever. But then they both have to go to the hospital for treatment. I did not understand why they both needed to go to the hospital. I also found it very interesting because nobody talks about who had the hammer first, who threw the first swing. I don't want to defend anybody in this case because I don't know what the heck's going on, but was this maybe self-defense at some point? And how did this guy get in the house? Do they have any relationship? Well, actually, of course, they do have some sort of relationship. And I'm going to show you an article that was published by Yahoo News. Okay, Yahoo did this. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yahoo News put out a whole story on the dispatch audio revealing how our guy Paul got beat up and all that good stuff. So, okay, the audio reveals how Paul Pelosi alerted the police to the hammer attacker during the secret 911 call. Paul actually does call the police, and he says David, so he knows the guy's name somehow. But then he also describes David right here as a friend. So Paul is telling the police, "Hey, my friend David is in my house." This is real life, people. Okay. So then at 2:28 local time, the dispatch is telling another operator that there's a male in his home and he's going to wait for his wife. So this is all strange stuff. But, you know, the police said that Mr. Pelosi was speaking in code, like he had some kind of code language going on. And I thought that was weird, because how does he just think to talk in code? Supposedly, according to this source, the attacker allegedly tried to tie Mr. Pelosi up. I don't know how true that is, but that was weird. But this is where it's really weird, right? Chief Scott, somebody inside of the house other than Paul and other than the attacker, quote unquote, opened up the door. So there's a third witness to this whole situation that nobody's talking about. Who's the third witness? What? We haven't even heard from this witness. That could tell us everything we need to know. But okay, so somebody inside the home opened up the front door, and that's when the officers saw Mr. Pelosi and Mr. DePape with their hands on a hammer, the same hammer. So this is funny. I mean, I find it strange that this was taken as an opportunity to just go crazy on conservatives. Well, we don't even know what happened. Apparently, these guys were friends and they were fighting and sharing a hammer together. Like, what is going on with that? So Hillary Clinton, what do we have to do with Hillary? Okay, so she goes to Twitter and she makes this tweet about the Republican Party, and she says, "The Republican Party and its mouthpieces now regularly spread hate and deranged conspiracy theories. It is shocking but not surprising that violence is the result. As citizens, we must hold them accountable for their words and the actions that follow." Okay, somebody help me out here, because I do not understand how somehow this attack on Paul by his friend David is an opportunity to attack people on the right or conservatives. Some people are even saying it's Donald Trump's fault. I mean, I don't get that. But I don't want to spend too much time on this weird story about Paul and his friend, because every day, every hour, every couple of minutes, a new detail emerges. And it's going to be really funny to hear the full story at some point. I think it's going to be insane. So the next thing I want to talk about is Elon Musk and Twitter. And why do I want to talk about Elon Musk and Twitter? Well, because as we all know, Elon just took over Twitter and he's firing everybody, and the left is losing their mind. The Hill, right? So they're telling us, let's pull up this. Why is Joe Biden on here? We do not want to see Joe. Joe, it's an ad and I can't get rid of him. Okay, there we go. Racist anti-Semitic tweets quickly spread after Musk Twitter takeover. So as soon as he gets Twitter, they're saying that it's all of a sudden becoming this racist anti-Semitic place, and everything's spreading and it's getting nasty. I think one thing that they're really crazy about is that the first thing he does is he starts firing the whole C-suite team in an effort to change the organization. Okay, these are the fallen. This is like the Hunger Games. He got rid of these people immediately. Parag, Vijay, I don't want to say that. Ned, Sean, like all these people are gone. These are your censorship team of Twitter. This is the group that has kept everybody banned, got rid of Project Veritas, got rid of Donald Trump, got rid of everybody you know and love. And Elon said, goodbye, you're done. Never to work here again. The left is tripping. And I think this is funny. He gave them no formal reason for their removal. Why does he need to give them a reason? I don't think that he needs to give them a reason at all. In fact, it's probably better that he doesn't give them any reason for why they're fired. They need nothing. They don't need to know why they're being fired. In fact, if anything, it should be obvious that people are tired of the censorship and the nonsense and the polarizing one-sided way of viewing life. And nobody wants to deal with that, not even Elon Musk. So good for him. Good for him. I do have one very strange thing that I want to talk about. This has to do with Louisiana. And then we'll wrap this up with the Democrats and how scared they are, as Chuck Schumer said. In male escort gone wrong. I should have seen this comment earlier. That is so funny about Paul. So there was in Ascension Parish a boy with a penis that has been allowed to use the girls' bathroom. In fact, parents have even complained about this and nothing's been done about it. This particular boy was allowed to be on homecoming court, which is supposed to be for the girls. He actually is a trans, or she, whatever you want to call this person. Williams is a trans teen that has been allowed on homecoming court in Ascension Parish. I'm going to pull up a picture. This is our trans teen right in the middle. Okay. That is a biological male dressed as a female and disenfranchising a lot of girls from their opportunity to be on homecoming court. This was allowed in Ascension Parish at Dutchtown High. I can't figure this one out to save my life. You think in your state, maybe it's a little more small town, maybe it's a little more conservative, and you don't expect this sort of thing to happen. But an article put out by The Advocate, which is a Louisiana news organization, stated that at first the administrators, well, Williams, the trans teen, wasn't sure what would happen, the administrators, if they would allow this. But ultimately, guess who made the decision to allow it? The administrators of the school. They said, yeah, let's do it. No big deal. My question is, where are all of the parents? Where is the outrage? Where's the concern? Where are the girls that wish they could have been on homecoming court? The real girls, the ones that have ovaries and a uterus. Where are they at? They've now been disenfranchised of an opportunity to participate in the homecoming court. And I think it's silly because now we have this trans teen person right here taking a spot from actual girls. It's not okay in my book. And in fact, somebody needs to talk with this kid and help the child understand identity and purpose, because there's a lot more going on inside of that young man's brain than you might imagine. Okay, so enough about that. The last thing we're going to get to, which is really crazy, is the Democrats are scared. Happy Halloween. It's a scary time to be a Democrat. Chuck Schumer was caught on a hot mic recently. And I think it's hilarious because he's literally telling Joe Biden that everything's going downhill. They're not winning. Things aren't going so good. I'm going to try to pull up this video for you to share if it will load up. It's probably going to play some ads. Oh man. It's giving me a few ads, but I'm going to pull this video up and show you guys. I'm adding it to the stream right now of the Democrats and how scared they are. All right, skip the ad. Nobody wants to watch this. Yeah, I think Joe Biden's actually right now telling him about ice cream. Let's see if we can listen in a little more. Okay, so that to me is great. Great news. The Democrats are scared. Wonderful. Why? Well, Herschel Walker is probably going to win in Georgia. Kari Lake is definitely got a seriously amazing chance of winning in Arizona. And Dr. Oz is likely going to smoke Fetterman, who, just like Joe, can't put together two sentences coherently. I find this amazing. I find it wonderful. And in fact, that would be great for the economy. The less Democrats, the better. Unleash the American economy. Give us our freedoms, full freedoms, and stop censoring us for everything we believe in and talk about. It's absolutely a shame that since Joe Biden has been in office, America has gone downhill at such a fast pace. Okay, they say, well, when Trump was in office, things were bad. Like, well, gas wasn't expensive. Groceries weren't expensive. People had more money to spend. Inflation wasn't high. There were companies investing in America. Jobs were coming. And then Joe Biden comes in. Everything goes the complete opposite. Crime goes crazy. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. Even a kid can figure this out. One guy had better results. The other guy has had worse results. As Mr. Biden says, the pudding is in the spoon and proof is in the cookie. I think what he's trying to actually say is the proof is in the pudding. And if we're looking at the pudding and comparing, Donald Trump's pudding is way better than Joe Biden's pudding. And so I want these conservatives to win: Herschel Walker, Kari Lake, and Dr. Oz. I think they're going to do fantastic. And the Democrats have every reason to be scared. And I hope that they pee in their pants, because this is going to destroy their whole system. I hope that even this takeover of Twitter by Elon Musk that's causing the left to go insane, I hope that he discovers some top secret collusion with like the FBI and CIA and Hillary Clinton and all of that. Because if he does, then they can put some people in jail. I mean, we already know that Facebook told the FBI to work with them during the election cycle. So imagine somebody like Elon having access to all the code, all the databases, all of it. He gets to see what he wants. Hopefully he'll expose some great stuff. Well, guys, this has been another great episode of Logic and Common Sense. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you like and share this episode. Leave a comment, and we will see you again on Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning Central Time to talk about some really awesome, relevant stuff, breaking news. And I might just have a very, very special guest with me on that episode. So see you all soon. Thank you for watching. I appreciate